ye wo barristers, ye wo judges, and ye wo solicitors. I work with solicitors. Many lawyers enye adwuma. O frɛ me sɛ wo ye lawyer, o ba me program so a, me busaw. Said a lot wo ye de hen bia, or se me ye lawyer. O ye lawyer debi. Me pe solicitor ena me ne no aye adwuma. Enti me ne solicitor na aye adwuma ene. Me nye lawyer. Enti me wie program na enfrɛ me pa wo chew. Ye de lawyer number etoso. Ye de lawyer number etoso. Yes. Passport ye kura me. Ye fake you. Obi de ma wa me pese me kire wo say your original but your passport a etwam. Enu nti ekuro ma se wo passport ewu na wo koye fofora omo destroy passport no. Enti so obi de passport we ma on seje na fa koye adwuma udiduru ha ye be chew. Aha, enti passport na ekura me no etwam expiring passport enti na muhu se etwa aha sei no me pa cho join the program no asem kura wo bebusa no mu yeti program so mo ofre asem a wo bebusa nso so ye the same asem a ye beka ho asem lawyer na wo sem ofre no abena campaign me nye lawyer Ghana for mo mpe no kuro no kura pa no mo mpe me nye lawyer but lawyer ne te ho no de lawyer ni minim eye simple just say send me a mekere wo ade mu no lawyer no won kere wo sa lawyer beji usika lawyer be ka kere say bra consultation room ba abena skin pay me meka e de a kere wo passport na ekura me we ye British passport we ye British passport enkoma ye bedi ne no enkoma ye bedi ne wo Ghana na wo busuani wo Ghana wo UK ha na wo busuani no wo UK ha sei no bia onimu kwan ya obefa so obetene kuromi ha bi nso so a wo free Ghana eba no watie abonance campaign enti awrade adom wanya baabi de ne na yesi ansa na wo wura kuromi ha sei opportunity no aba de ama no bia wo nso wutie me wo Ghana na wo sa privilege no wo sa akwanya no sa wo nso so a wo ho no good news na aba me kuromi ha na ye fom no Kenya no wo no are you entitled for it sing because bia na won so no you are in the same position but wo because of what Ghana no we entitled did you qualify for that good news na aba sesi no obia ka ho asemo na we entitled for it enu na mesra wo say share video ne ko Ghana ne share video no eba yenye kuromi ha eye titiru enemy hia UK fo enemy hia United Kingdom efo UK fo obia eni twi enesa na omra no metie where your British passport ena ekrame no ekroma your British passport ni your friend no red book ba se no ya sesa no ena ye kura navy black mekan say black passport but that passport we know is still ye adwuma it still exists obi okura red passport to be ano eye adwuma ewu na wo kwa ko renew wo passport na ene ma wo new passport no ebi eye navy blue no ene ma wo eno ebi but still no sa passport red passport we no eye adwuma eye red book eye adwuma enti we eye British passport ena ekura me ene ena we say eye birth certificate before ekromi ha ewiase baabi a ba eye ekromi ha asem ena me ne wo ba beka ne seseng eno nti na me use eye birth certificate na me use British passport no e de ama ye nka Ghana passport ho asem opportunity ni good news na aba no eye British passport any birth certificate ho asem na me beka eye me de se lawyer da so nwie ne call oye meeting home office eye me de British passport ni birth certificate ni ye kuromi ya lawyer we san frɛ wo mo to aso ekuromi ha se wo be ye British passport wa age se we use birth certificate wuntimi entro letter enko passport office eye Victoria na wonko ho entro letter enko kan kire wo mo se me kunu ana me boyfriend ana me mpena ana me partner ene Kwame Ba na Kwame Ba ewo British passport Kwame Ba ewo indefinite leave to remain enu nti me ne Kwame Ba awu baby enu nti munyina sa letter ya amatworo yi so na mumma me ba no eye British passport omo mfa mawo omo kura mo reply wo mpo omo mfa mawo omo besi hu se wo kura no unim de e wo ka unim mre wo kuro mi ha na emomu no e wo se abra wo be wo ba no wo kokko register akura no registration Ghana ewiase ba bia ayeye wo a o register wo ba no as a citizen of that country eno nti se yenya kuro mi ha se wo a brono a wo be wo no so no me mfa ne se ye Ghana wo no eye Spintex Road na wo register ye de akura no eye baby a wo no ye beka so wo no Spintex be a Spintex Abner's Campaign Hospital e was Spintex Road enti akura no o free Spintex ho na akura ni free ana wo ne tema eso enti e bia Tema Community 1 Hospital ye de Tema Community 1 ho na akura no o free enti ekroma British passport no British certificate no sa no mo ye no brono a wo bewo akura ne wo so no ana hospital no baby a esie baby a hospital no locate no ho na akura no o free enti wo koye British passport a wo behia sa paper wi empo Ghana passport okura no wo behia ekrom ha birth certificate but eneme ne wo kasa afa eye British passport wa yes say no momra megina so enfanye eye indefinite leave to remain mon famra megina so enye eye 5 years mo were just a few weeks not that opportunity na abano ewu mo were just few weeks Miss Pretty Patel ama just a few weeks and a few days busumi we ya wada ye de aba na wiye enti ye si first mu a mo were just 24 days or so na sa opportunity no etwem nanu nie Miss Pretty Patel say obi a wo kromi ha a wo ba akura no ekura British passport from birth ana say akura no enya 10 years ena wama akura no eye passport we bi wo caretaker no or see good news yen fama eno nie bia wo tie me akura ne papa ye British wo de no eye kuntunkuni tie me ye eno tina na me pese lawyer and continue no onye ne telephone home office call no on continue no nkasa bia wo de no eye kuntunkuni no me di ho nkomo se omo join me program ne de they are aware of kuntunkuni wo kuntunkuni na wo di akoye wo British passport no bia kuntunkuni no edin no wo ho akora ne papa edin wo ho but only birth certificate na papa no agi amaw enkofo bebre wo ho a omunya je birth certificate no de ma omuma na osemenye passport no mani bium minim papa bia na asem bedi mi ho waje birth certificate no odini din atoso oye papa eye kuntunkuni enti papa ni din ewo so abra waje birth certificate ne ma akora na nya 3 years papa ne say se wakoje passport ema maame na maame ni begina so oje ma akora na maame ni begina so e de agibi enu nti onje eye passport emfama akora no enti wokura just eye adewe eni kura no birth certificate just birth certificate yes of course ubetimi di akoye nkrata only birth certificate no ubetimi di akoye 2.5 years but they say Miss Pretty Patel di abano munyina mo frɛ no Zambrano no eye few days ahead few days backwards Enna Miss Pretty Patel ebe kan say eye Zambrano application na modi akwa akotumu no akisanya as akisanya ese ma no eye indefinite leave to remain ye bebo de wuro so wo bia entumrika enko obi biara entumrika enko jibi indefinite leave to remain no na Miss Pretty Patel wono na ekasa no eye Secretary of State or the boy say maame no nie India ni maame no nie Miss Pretty Patel kuromi on na ekasa ye nyina ye nkoda carefree ni akoda oba besia o din te se Margaret Chacha samami eka kire ye say eye indefinite leave to remain na wukura eye British child awode ma wono on fa mamo na momu no obi biara afei ena wo beye application afei ena wo ba no waje first passport edi ama wo ba wo maame no unye bi da wo papa no unye bi da wo papa na obekura British passport unye application da maame na wo so obekura British passport no unye bi da wa ukura sa passport we bi meaning say wo de why ye application da eni ama wo 2.5 years eni ama wa another 2.5 years enti wo bia yama wo 2.5 years answer no another 2.5 years and now say why ye bida by law ye kromi ha owo akra enkra British passport ye momo eye 5 years after 5 years no wako renew na wako akoje another passport of 5 years because enkra no mo sese wo betimi use di akofa akora bia ba enu nti 5 years ne so a no ma destroy no ma mo another 5 years enti wa ye application dada wa wo ba ekura British passport wa ye application dada no Miss Pretty Patel say won ka ho eye good news na ba no se wo ma ye ma indefinite e ma ye ma wo hwe continue of a 10-year route enti enye mo masem na meka obia wawo foforo ne ba ekura eye new passport no enie wawo ba na wo ba ekura eye British passport from birth anase wo ba no wanya ebia 10 years and wa register akra no e ma akra na be British and akra na nya ne British passport wo sa maame no ana papa no wonya application ko home office da wonya bi da enti wo first time o ba be ye application e dia kotomuni mo san kofo no and a Miss Pretty Patel say instead of 10 years na ye demo be kono yente so niema mo 5 years wa wo ba enso so akura British book eye from birth akura no akura British book no continuously for 5 years wo maami ana papa no wonya application da no wose wo no ye ma wo indefinite leave to remain but obia why application dada ami ama no 2.5 years omunka ho na momu no ose mua afei na moba no yama moba no eye British passport na wo maame no wonya bi da wo papa no wonya bi da mo na Miss Pretty Patel say mo qualify for Zambrano na mo qualify for Zambrano no mo just a few weeks say after that date no you bibia no watwam ewe ye kromi ha because Zambrano no eye yufo edia enti after that date no 25th of July or so lawyer be correct me so after that date no yufo Zambrano no ye nyuso kromi ha biom okay before me jama lawyer no bia na wo afei na wawo fresh baby ukra sa book we bi wey eye weighing book ye weighing book ukrum ha enie red book enie ukura sa book we bi wunyan konkoye sa book we wunyan koye birth certificate afei no wawo ba no baby edina ba fie wo twen se wo bekọ akoye birth certificate ansa na birth certificate no wo de akọ akọje sa de ewi but birth certificate no date ye de ma wo no enuru ho but ukura sa book we weighing book no uwa wudi wo mu bi ba sa book we papa din ni mu bi book ye kura mi eye weighing record akura no e record ni wom record no ubie first page amami din wom because wo na awo ye but papa bie ni wa ni din wom enti se wo no wo ba ne de no se wo ngina papa so ena de akoje British book ama wo ba se book we no untimi mfa nko home office e ma ne nyeye mo Zambrano no yama mo few days a few week see e ba beye no untimi obi wo ho a okura kuntunkuni na efra no kuntunkuni na ode efra ne ba no kuntunkuni na ode efra ne ba no enipa na je only just birth certificate ene de ama no just birth certificate no papa ne nkofa forms e wo post office na won fill se ne beye a akora no ebenya ne British passport na maame na gina so de aye Zambrano a papa fo no ebisi debi obi wo a wose kuntunkuni ne kura no wunya mfantoma ni nyina maame enu ntime nye enu ne saa no wunipa kro no obeye den obi wo ho so a okura passport na ankasa ye de ama no passport na ye de ama no afei ne ye de ama no eye ne first time a obeye application onye bida sa nipa no Miss Pretty Patel say yema will just 5 years after 5 years no you become indefinite leave to remain the following year obeba be British me call lawyer so lawyer wie ne call no enye sanke bedi nkomo na ma kire mo nioma mu share video no ne frɛ wo bi me pa mo cho menye lawyer ye wie program na emfa me number ema wo bi anka nkire wo bi say frɛ sister abena obi be frɛ sister abena eye kuntunkuni se ne wo ka no kuntunkuni obi na de wo number ma me enu nti na me se bra ne betena ha sei ne tie program no eye kuntunkuni obi kuntunkuni ne efura wo ba obi kuntunkuni ne efura wo ba obi ho nso so a enipa no kuntunkuni na akora ne papa no 5 years na so papa ne say onye passport biom e ma akora no me pa cho wo ne me ntena se ena no pay na wo ne yen kasa la ya me ma wachi me ma wajo me ma ha me ma wakwa ba
me ma wachi me ma tie for akwa nyame ato ne mo pa bo
ye da wo body ase lawyer Frank me pa cho bodin na chia adofo na ema obi biara ehu ba bia fe ma wo ye adwuma e wo ho na yenko.
Yeah, I tie for said that lawyer Frank from Masco Solicitors and minimum eshia and pay. Yeah, well, Enfield Lock. It's not far from the Enfield Lock station. It's just about if like 8-7 minutes from Enfield Lock station. And it's a walk now of Liverpool Street in the Eba offer National Rail at Obaba Enfield Lock station straight away. And I says I offer Tottenham Hay train as well. National Rail Obaba Enfield Lock station straight away. Said the WAC canon. Yeah, you see, and some can general litigation matters, and we don't, general immigration matters, and we don't give specific legal advice here. And the American church, if we say, rely on everything we are here to make decisions and spread the rumors because individual case have individual specific advice. It is who are symbio na o pese ye cheche mu na ye ma advice suit you circumstances here pacho betimi afre number na ne share one on one na ya dwen ho na ye die atoye than say e be assuming from the program, because the program there we discuss general matters and ewa ha say madam asint major ama soft mami
me so me da lawyer ase was say aha ye ma general discussions and ewa ha say enti no men rely on the ye kan wa ha na say chenchina atwan say ya no more kentino say ya enetie. I love that lawyer me pacho yenko eye Zambrano, because there were few days since 20th of June this month. I fed your multi guidelines no eba ye say omo eye Zambrano eba ana obia okra eye British child ana EU child ana say obia wo hwe EU ana British carer ebia no or qualify for Zambrano. A couple of months ago, a buyer and I be board they would be too good so obi biara enquire Zambrano application. Miss Pretty Patel the Barbontain the guidelines buy. Or buy and obe chere mu chere ye say. And you obi biara and obe mano a title of Zambrano application. Zambrano no e mu chere mu ne say. Obi biara wo hye obi a oye British. And now say we show be our EU national. Ebiano, or ye carer, or ye caretaker of that person. No, send pano, e was say, Aquenya, and ma was say, Utimi Zambrano application. Zambrano application, ye free, you don't pay for nothing. Nemomono, you pay only for your solicitor's fee. Home office fee, untia, ye free. And now, 5 years before. Now Zambrano will not lead you to an indefinite leave to remain. And now when you benefit. But say no, Zambrano because of EU settlement scheme no. Zambrano would immediate benefit. And now after 5 years, would you will indefinite leave to remain. Miss Pretty Patel, Ebekai say no, ma obi biara akisanya a case neba ye no. And there was so jina so court to rule it out. Say Home Office enyina so na obi biara o hye eye British child and a EU child bia no a wa hye akora no continuously for 5 years no yema no indefinite leave to remain insta se nipa ne beko 10 years thought 2.5 yema no eye indefinite leave to remain straight away obi nsusu a afei e na wo hye akora no enru 5 years no Yema say nipa ne so 5 years instead of 10 years. Obia ya application koi. Miss Pretty Patel, a Secretary of State, or the by say, and you will be an entitled for Zambrano. Nemomuno, why ya application dada? I am out 2.5 years no. Unka was so they continue for 2.5 years. Nemomuno, obia. Or ye fresh mother. Obia neba ekura eye British passport. And I will cry EU passport. Ni na ye British. Me the blue no be ye EU. Na me the red na ye British. Obia okura EU or British passport eba. Bia enipa no onye application ko home office da. Oni Ghana passport. Afekura no koye Ghana passport. Miss Pretty Patel say send nipa no ena wo bema wo mu eye Zambrano or the date eto so date no de to so no was say after that date no on you so Zambrano application EU application e wo krom ha bio this no akani so eye good news e de ma ye nuanom bi eye bad news e de ma ye nuanom ebi. Bad news no dey ya beka mo ato mo ho ase o ma di o ma reho ba se no obi a afei na wo wawo a wo ba ye British ana say afei na wo benya 10 years wa register akra no to become a British a wonye application enko home office kra no send nipa no ene me pese mi jaima lawyer na lawyer e kire wo mumu omo niam a wo mu behia Any date no expiry date maame ne say after that date no onye Zambrano ewo krom ha ebium enti sankofo no ene me pese ye nka wo mo ho asem ansa na ya ba ye nua no ma mo wo Ghana eso ma mo busa Birmingham ticket no ebi aba mankasa mo nkotwa me pamocho onye lawyer adwuma eno wankasa ekotwa eye free utwa eye free obi a news ka ticket a wo pe na obeto but as time goes on ye beka Birmingham edie no ho asem lawyer enti me pacho eye omo a afei no mo ya application for Zambrano omo nya application for home office da omo asem na me pese oka na omo obeye ene de wontumi nye ena obi a oni passport ba ne ye British okura birth certificate
Inti answer na record Zambrano no there's two important updates I'm permitted to Adria. Yeah, just two of them, very important and significant. Yen nim say especially yen nuamo omo man. Say omo ya application a bon say na ye de no recourse to public fund ato omo card ni so. To bon say home office ma wo nkrata na no de no recourse to public fund ato so.
Yes.
The new case law by enra me kan nature say now for the best interest of children into we lawyer to me the actually say public fund yeah the two or cardness are be affected and frana I was say home a free so and say obi awuti na our lawyer with me no maka AB case and home office enya emfa issue guidance to make it yeah, can say guidance. I'm fan say the plan in general, but what the court and home office themselves agree is once you can use the case law and show to the case worker, I say I'm of public fund there to me affect you more and okay. Once you can show them, they have to give you access to public fund, which is a huge relief because most of applications we do, will stay near the restrictions at all. But this new case, I mean, as a matter of fact, this case, Home Office lost it in May 2020, and a court bill, and almost lose in April 2021. And the final hearing is Hambo-Masa Elusu. So the court considered the restrictions on those cards as unlawful. And therefore, once your lawyer can able to argue, say, putting restrictions on this particular client biometric card is unlawful and it's going to have negative impact, on the children that I have, or it's not the best interest of the children, I hope Office will take it from the card. And then a second update. It's on the relationship in relations to the current nationality and the Borders Act that we spoke about. MC in said private life and the family relationship. So, application now only Obama when your evidence in Klata and matchna the same place for 2 years here. Home Office ever refused to application. But many at times obi on more no be a relationship but omunti baby fako and so the relationship is durable but nam so omunti fako betimi enya documents ache so omunti fako ntino obonse ne refuse to say yes it is a mawari but there are some people they are not married normally we call them unmarried partners but living in different places they are not living together or submit application I can say when your partner na be in the relationship for 2 years. But we need evidence a better more a relationship, a motive be far was a near refusal. But from 20th June, the new guidance, the new law in relations to family and private life relationship makes it clear say application now you can demonstrate so the emphasis is demonstrates not bringing evidence that you are living together. But if you can demonstrate that your relationship is durable, then they will give it to you. But the only sad part is that they are now applying to Ukraine, for Ukraine, and I get 10 years, almost 10 years, and also my 2.5, 2.5. 10 years ne edura also mukoje indefinite no wo mu sa two categories people and benefit from this new rule. But what Home Office is saying is in future, possibly by the latter part of the year, no, most people will benefit from that. So it will not be a straight evidence that you are living in the same address for the last 2 years, but it will be say you demonstrate that your relationship is durable, genuine, substantive. So it could be that family members can give letters, support letters, and say that they know that these people are in genuine relationship, their relationship is durable. And it could be that your church or your mosque leader can give a letter that they know both of you, that you are in a genuine relationship. So they are trying to bring it in line with marriage, because say, oh yeah, application now marriage certificate. Now they come here. You don't need to show that you've been living together for 2 years. You just need a marriage certificate, and so that's how they want to bring the cohabitation. You can say an unmarried partners application in line with married partners application. Now come to Zambrano, as we were talking about. I'm say yakasa for Zambrano ho ache na nipa ni bi still na confused. So we'll take our time and go into details. Said maybe said it's a good news for some, and of course it's disappointing for some people. Now the newcomers will understand and take advantage of the new guidelines in Zambrano. Now, Zambrano, no, as it is now, of course, say here Home Office guidelines no, omu edeba say na wo cheche mu kama no. Omu say yeni a ye already no ye will leave to remain. Edie yentimi benefit. Na em say by na me can say what submit your application dada. Na wo twen don't panic. Let's wait until we get the decision. But the emphasis they made, is in relations to people who have not submitted any form of application, who have no form of any leave to remain. Into ABR, uyo overstayer, uninkrata, unyankrata or kromata. Afraid now will apply for leave to remain in UK. Into Womo and a Home Office say mobile benefit from these rules. Now the requirement, I was say, you see, when Home Office started, say all application must go online. Only Zambrano application kwana yamano anye online. Zambrano application is a paperwork.
And that's a paper application.
A paper application. Into Sawo submitted evidence for Zambrano application. I was say who provided hard copy of passport, hard copy of your birth certificate, hard copy of maybe a social worker's report or medical report, any letter or any evidence you have submitted behind. I say a hard copy. All other applications like 2.5 now, let me upload them on the system so you can upload the copies, not the original. But with Zambrano, it has to be hard copies. Now, what Zambrano is saying is that so a British child, now me are demonstrating say you are the primary carer of the British citizen and the child is below 18 years. And that if you are to be removed from UK, the child will not have anybody to live with. So on that basis, your existence in United Kingdom is imperative to the best interest of the child. So wo krom ha se ya ebeboa ma abofra no dache akoye. Enti na ma yenyi wo mfiri ha. And I'll repeat, so wo yes Zambrano application na I was uchire mu. I say wo ye primary carer. Wo na abofra no wohwe no dan ne dan nyina no pa bia nwumre abofra ne ni obia ewo krom ha yeyi wo free ekrom ha se wo ye maame na wohwe abofra se wo ye papa na wohwe abofra si yeyi wo free krom ha abofra no asetenemu beden na emmoa abofra no asetenemu krom ha abofra no possibly will be stranded enu ntine nam si yeyi wo free krom ha na abofra no enya obia ne ntena krom ha na emmoa abofra no da achene ntino awase abofra no so ne won so ekọ krom a wokọ so presumably Ghana ne yekọ it was abofra no wokọ Ghana it would me demonstrate on this point say you have to be in UK so that the child can continue to live in UK. Then they will give you your residence. Now, last 2 or 3 weeks, by a near Kamwasam, which said Zambrano application, even though yes, say a kama aba, but it's evidential based application. The new case law by I think a day before the guidance now gave a clear indication that it's a factual based application. It's an application.
Base.
Yeah, so it's an application that you need to demonstrate that you have evidence to confirm that indeed, if you are removed from UK, the child will have to be removed with you. So, enye ade a betimi aka say, oh, me ba no me na me wo abofra me ne abofra ne ti enti yem fama me ne de ama. No. With 2.5 years, yes, you can say wo ba no ne abofra ne ti yem fama. But Zambrano go beyond that. Zambrano go beyond say wo free krom ha abofra no so be free krom ha. Wo no wo asetena oti wo krom ha na e asetena eboa abofra no abrabo. So you need a lot of evidence. So for instance, sorry to say, so a RF4 and our disability, you will need all those documents. Most often, I mean, those days, back in days when we used to do Zambrano, about for now, the social workers report. Every Zambrano application, be the social workers report. Now, the case law has taken us back to 10 years, where we were 10 years ago. So we need those evidential report cancer to confirm that indeed so we free chromanoma abofrano emo abofrano edache. And no ye cancer day abano the maker chairman etiefo nyina tene say who approach Zambrano na try to approaching in a very factual and evidential based perspective. Said the bear almost refusal. Because with Zambrano, no, the advantage are enormous, as you rightly enumerated a few minutes ago. One application I'll call untia kobo and a penny Emma Home Office. Who ye 2.5 na say one ye fee waiver ube to at least immigration hair child plus home office fees around 2,600. Now, impo person ye fee waiver, you need to go extend further to provide evidence who sponsor you. So you have to put a specific application for fee waiver, which is a lot of work. You need a sponsor or you yourself, if your income is small, you need something to prove to Home Office your income is small. Zambrano, you don't need to prove or demonstrate to them that you don't have any income. What you need to demonstrate or prove to them is you have a child whom you are primary carer and your removal will not be in the best interest of the child. Whilst with 2.5, you have to go and cough out some 2,600 apart from lawyer's fee, 2,600 bam. Only 2,600 there. You need to submit specific application and just say where you're here and now you're destitute, the Home Office says scanner. And apart from that, untia £1 penny na kobo Emma Home Office. And also the amount of 5 years leave to remain in UK, 5 years residence. This is a senti will be a obana ebi afe no wawo no. Na obana any 5 years ewo UK. Enti onye obana afe no wawo no we British citizen but we need 5 years here. The amount of 5 years residence in UK. So throughout the whole 5 years no, when the efficacy for ni asem, ube enjoy your life. 2.5 no so the mawa. Oh yeah, Juma na no one na wo yes save to 2.5 towards another 2.5. When you kata when you bet no, not 2.5 no edu. Na other source or copper bosia, and now say we save towards that. But with Zambrano, whether you save or you don't save, it's not an issue because one penny client where you better through one chain. Apart from your lawyer's fee, which of course you can negotiate with your lawyer. But home office fee, nobody can negotiate with them. It's either you have it or you don't have it. And if you don't have it, show us the reason why you are destitute. And to 2.5 year headache, Emma Ubia, a bedroom send any pan I can say air panic because also a copesica or bit matrias at 2.5. At the same time, no, so wunya in your 5 years, it will chrome her. The next application, Zambrano, is indefinite. Oh, empty your residence leading to settlement no, is very shorter for Zambrano. Anytime Zambrano na yeda inyina na yebo dawura time last year case law ibaye EFC edi bronya. Enti nyina obi ani age se abusuafo e mumra yemfa Zambrano ntum se de be ya akontu ya yetu ye ibeduru ntam. And then so you see it's a 4th year until something. Ama mama but of course we are still hopeful. We are waiting for the decision. Say any Timmy Summit application that before they issue the guidance. If they will go by the acquisition case decision or they will go by their current guidance. So we are still hopeful, but at the moment in him said the guidance no ama spirit akofom kakra. And in no say afei na wo pese we Zambrano the chances are there, the opportunities is still there, but we only have up to 25th July. And in say wo about ho no a British citizen, not on a passport. Please don't waste time. Speak to your lawyer. Don't sit down and wait for the last minute because Zambrano application is very involving. It's involved a lot. It's not like 2.5. It involves quite a lot of information, quite a lot of documents. If they know that AB assuming say Obano in a British status, if ne papa ho. Now Omnim said the father is still involved in the child's upbringing. Your application for Zambrano will not succeed. So with Zambrano, no, you need a clear advice, you need a clear guidance, you need a lawyer who knows what he's doing before you can succeed. So it's not a matter say ABM wabawaha intimate succeed, but it's a matter of the child who have no one in the I mean, back in the days, sometimes there was application we did. I mean, I haven't experienced this decision before, and I've not heard it since then. Home Office a decision was that if the child is removed from UK, if the mother is not in UK, social services can take care of the child. Which was, was a very, very, because the child is a British citizen, so they don't need a presence of the mother for the child to continue to live in UK. Those days, the decision they were providing for Zambrano was very awful. So we have to go back and of course give a very more details, explain to them that the care the mother provide, social services cannot provide that care, and of course every child needs the mother, and then we went into details with all kinds of argument and yes, so CD. So Zambrano application is a tough application. If you want to do it, talk to your lawyer as soon as possible. If you don't have any lawyer that you trust that can provide you the service that you need, then of course, Mascot Solicitors, we are available. We are happy to take instructions and put your application through for you. Medas.
Me say lawyer watch remo mamen bra aha say lawyer wo kasa say I would do asem no ebebe ewiye no. Wo say Zambrano application no you prove evidence. Won't me and trobibi antoso na won fanko. Prove evidence and mean say omo pesa wo di bibia no etoso. Enti akra no ne passport emaya won't me fa just birth certificate enko yes Zambrano application. Just na patch. enti ya was say wunya ne birth certificate wunya ne passport na wode ka ho na wode kɔ lawyer wo ba be wie no wo se Zambrano application no omo enkyere mu pese omo kyerɛ sɛ obi a wo ye destitute obi a oni yeyi akora na wo hye ne free krom ha se ya akora no enya wo bibiara ema ne nhye no me ba cho se na wo pese o kyerɛ sɛ Zambrano no sa na tie enti me busa wo se obi a lawyer oni ni kunu oni okay me ba no so obi wo a akora ne papa for example eno na ye common akora ne papa enye one ne tie papa ne tene baabi ena maame ne tene baabi because papa no wanware maame ne ye mpena ena omo wo ye ena wanya British passport na emomu no papa ne supporto akora no e bi abosumi bia £100 £50 ebeto maame no account home office for who yes Zambrano application did you provide your bank statement?
I mean, with Zambrano, it's not essential about your bank statement. You don't really have to provide your bank statement.
Okay, good. And then
because the Zambrano, yeah, because the Zambrano application, what you see, the evidence you are providing, any document you are sending to Home Office, you ask yourself, what's the relevance of those documentation? So, what is the bank statement going to do for the application? The bank statement or pay slip will not do any good in this application. This application is about the best interest of the child. So you are saying, say, who school letter, a chesa una de abofranico school, a chesa ebia una de abofranico hospital. Social worker about a report, and I always come back to social workers because their independent social workers report are very good. Omo report no be chire mo ba one maame no be observe maame no any abofrano. Interactions ni bibia. Now I prepare a very detailed report and we said the way maame ne abofra ne interact no. So maame ni krom ha enya de abofra no be continue. Chis one ne maame no ekọ baabi a ọkọ. Enti ye hwe situation ebia maame no sori na po dware abofra no. Ebia maame no na ebepepa no ho obe no aduane ama abofra no edi. Ebia emofra bi ho no ma wo mu aduane diem kra edin. Apart from the maame and the feeding, no be able to soon be able to only. There are a whole of the details are a social worker now, a becky cabo. And because of this, no, maame no yaman no kind want na ha. Mama maame in cracker, no maame free chrome has here. A crown so also didn't call Ghana because services and the care the mother is providing to the child, no, nobody can do that. And so on that basis, no, yeah, the amount. Ebi abofra ne papa nete. Ne maame ne papa no wo ye no. Maame ne ye British. Maame no wo no an responsibility enti no so do ntimi hwa abofra no. Obi okra na ne bia after birth no. Wanya postnatal depression. Ntimi hwa abofra no. Enti I was say papa ne hwa. So it depends on the circumstances. It's a client ne friend no see Zambrano back in the days, and of course last 2 weeks, I told my team, we have to put on the old cap now again. Because in the olden days, when you come and say you want to do Zambrano, may be thousands of questions. When Akisinya case, we were not interrogating him too deep because it was a very straightforward and Home Office just stated, the argument was, Obi owo 2.5 biano. Yeman Zambrano carers residents no because omunyina they need to prove they say or bawaha or sheneba and the premises was you have a child you are living and you are caring for the child, so we're not asking too much question, we're not asking for too much evidence, but omu eba case guidance nearby not a day, I think a day or 2 days before the guidance the new case law eba and so it confirms says success of Zambrano application is factual based, and therefore people need to bring evidence to show why the mother must not be, or the father or the carer, the primary carer must not be removed from UK. Into a basano, as a lawyer, you will not sit down and compromise. So you have to go by the trend of the case law trained by the guidance. The guidance has been issued, giving a clear indication who qualify. The case law has gone further to explain what it requires of us. And into make us be a person Zambrano biano. Untimi ntena wo dem mu enkeka no ma emom eye. Ebe refuse. Nye application wetimi atena, but ebia last year the ene bind there nanka wetimi atena wo dem ya. Now you can't, because it's gone back to where we were some 10 years ago.
All right, lawyer made that say. Now that means it's a lawyer. Obia omoye couple, omoye married couple, our mutifi. Me fa ne say oba no ne wo bie. And oba na je British passport ama akra no. Be man ni bi. And na be man ni ko gina akra ne so age. Ba omo marriage certificate. Omoye proper wedded couple our mutifi. So dear wo chire mu no, that means be man no ontimi nye bi. Me boy.
Enti ono no Zambrano no unqualified, or qualify under different or qualify under different routes of immigration rules, but not Zambrano. Zambrano no so ye even joint application. I also chairman say both parties muni and krata.
Okay.
But also and to say wo de ukrone wo yire eboma. I was so chairman say mumie ni nyina muni krata. Enti e bia me fan say mo ba ni di 10 years and I'm register mo ba no. And I'm a British passport. Into mummy ni nyina no muni nkrata. And na mummy ni nyina na mahwe abofra na abedru Sunday. And into I was here day nkrata no mummy no. So you can do a joint application. But se mu ba ko e won nkrata e bia ba ko British, ba ko eni nkrata. Edia ene ombeka se na se wokura wo kunu ana o yire British. Into wokura obitima hwe no. That is the aim of the Zambrano. But say nipa no epeso onya asetena wo krom ha dia na offer me as such a person. I will not advise Zambrano, but I will advise on the different migration route for him or her.
Okay. Lawyer men ko Ghana omo Ghana so na men be 4 lines emfa entum. Lawyer obi wo Ghana o hweye na enipa no me fa ne say oye wo ba oye bema inti me can both sex oba na bema, but me yusu oba ebia oba e wo Ghana na ne partner e wo ekuromi ha sei, ne partner no wa ha no enye ni kunu no eye awo e ne baaye enti awo ne baaye no wo ma wo bema no aje eye passport ama akra no e wo Ghana. Akra no wo Ghana enso so ye British. Sa akra no wo Ghana ye British no. O maami a woni ne te Ghana na akra no wo Ghana. Akra no kura British passport onya mewura mu. O maami a woni ne wo Ghana no maami ni betimi a ye Zambrano application ni bi. Ana Zambrano no ye ti kuromi ha ne nko adea.
Okay. I mean, the any okay, Zambrano de no better Ghana or send you say we need free Ghana. You can say the one is with free Ghana. No, the issue about Zambrano said you are in UK, and I will say we free. You will free UK. Or Banus also no conti. Yamiadum, what could do chrome? And then say you can say you don't need to do Zambrano. That person has to go under Appendix FM. Entry current application as a parent of a British citizen, but not on Zambrano.
Okay, yo mate na chese mo Ghana na mo busa mo so Zambrano no mo nka ho Ghana de yi wo free ho a wo kɔ he ye nyi wo free on family UK ye de wo free akɔ Ghana ye etime pacho mo Ghana no mo qualify for Zambrano na mo wo Ghana na wo ba ekura British passport obekura indefinite leave to remain. Wo contact lawyer betimi aboa ama wo maame no anase papa no watimi ayusu wo ba no enkrata na wo de abekromi ha enti e bia wo tie me wo ba wo ye British wo kromi ha na wo Ghana wo ye papa na se akora no ene wo maame na ti krom ha wo betimi ayusu wo ba no de aba anase wo Ghana wo ye wo ba na se oba eye British anase wo ba ekura indefinite leave to remain na wo Ghana lawyer ebetimi aboa ama wa yusu akra no ede aba de me de be phone lines atum 2.5 years me catch kire wo say woni abona skin paint tenase assurance too much aha say enko a lawyers no de chini wo catch the lawyer bias lawyer mi kura 2.5 years thought 2.5 years thought na ye bubu no wo be bubu ne san no wanya 10 years and son after 10 years no wako 11th time akwaji wo indefinite leave to remain sa thought 2.5 years no wo person wo de kofa wo ba edeba aware de no but aware no krami lawyer major am lawyer because lawyer Frank de also with God all things are possible de nipa nyina nim se enye no woni ne tenase there is a hope enti 2.5 years aware kra de mimi de minimu se ukura 2.5 years untimi fa nkoya ayefro emfa ma ekromi ha but lawyer wa ha ne bebusa no but se wo 2.5 years na wo pesa wo de kofa wo ba wo Ghana bia wo 2.5 years no ugina wo ba bi so na geye wo kromi ha enti wo pesa wo use say 2.5 years no de kofa wo ba na wo ja ne Ghana no de eba lawyers bebre be ka kire wo say wontumi bi ko okra 2.5 years wo ye rely on the government bi kura wo je benefit yen kan sa bia aban na hwew ene wo ba na wo wa ha no aban na tua wo danka de ma council tax ankofo tua no wunim ade kro wunim water bill tua wo danka wuntua bi obetua bi kura bi £2.50 na wo de soso na aban na tua de aka nyina de ama wo on benefit enti se wo no wo san kofa wo ba de ne beka ho a wo bebu aban no ekomu enti enyina nim se wo kura 2.5 years na wo kofa wo ba ye mfa ma wo ba lawyer Frank se wo ne entrance lawyer obi a wo kura 2.5 years was nipa no ye adwuma ana wo da benefit so a wo betimi aboa ama nipa na kofa ne ba de na ba eno ye one question obi a wo kura 2.5 years oni benefit so onye benefit so because the restrictions ato ne so enti wo ye adwuma or any a year 18,600 that means or qualifies with me worry outside United Kingdom the neighbor but okra 2.5 years or ye adwuma full time or no obetimi di 2.5 years no obtain from ne ba no akwa aware Ghana di nipa na ba na
okay medasi 2.5 no said a TF nim no wo mo aba ya ye bi ama wo no said o sinim no before I remember child the so no so obusa me very good question about say or quite funny aba into my clarify no quickly na say my move to children side no the rules on the UK obviously spouse visa requirement you know. And the first part that we need to know is your partner is British or Irish or holds indefinite leave to remain, refugee leave or humanitarian protection, or limited leave to remain under Appendix EU. Or limited leave to remain under Appendix UCA. So what it says is Yenia yokuta ebia uwo British passport and our indefinite leave to remain. Obi also a refugee ni krimu asylum. And asylum na successful. Inti okofan Nigeria na nukru aba. Anase obi ohonoma na oyi family member. Ebia dependent papa anane maame. Ni amano limited leave to remain 5 years limited leave to remain. Enti saafo ni die ometimi akofo mo ye. Ana omukru aba. Enti omunso die yaye sa categories ya maka nyina na maye application ewo ho. Ama maye successful. In my whole career, the only time I'm a year 2.5 I'm a year successful was about, I think, some 6, 7 years ago. Now, and then unique circumstances. Now, maame no, terminal illness and 2.5. Nti na ɛwɔ sɛ ɔnam so ɔda medication in hospital nti na ɛwɔ sɛ ne kunu no ɛba na ɔbɛhwɛ no. So it was strong article 8 and I succeeded. But if it's not that, I don't think so I would have succeeded. So I wouldn't normally encourage Omo 2.5 no as a also worry. So we 2.5 now person the worry ekobadia. Now it has to be on some exceptional circumstances. And so maybe I will consider that. But so we 2.5. Now opesa wode oba ebadia, yes we can. Because Appendix FM no, Appendix FM making it clear as a either say parent no we are British and now indefinite leave to remain, refugee status, or you have 2.5 limited leave to remain, 2.5 or a 2.5 and Appendix EU. And see, once you have 2.5 no, you bit me do waba. But it's not only just having the 2.5, it's very important. All application be a entry currents and I tell from patient when ye entry currents application is different from doing internal application. So what ha na be apply for 2.5 at na ha. Unye juma and on interest say yema 2.5. So what ba wa ha it doesn't matter so the benefit or unje benefit. You can get your 2.5 under 10-year route. It is only under 5-year route and also will show financial commitment. But under 10-year route, no, it's not requirement to show financial commitment in UK. But the Ukofa will be every Ghana and I say outside UK abadia, what you are telling the government and say one kasan ujina onaso utimi show ho. And then the pana or the neighbor no will say to me ashen. But if I chop say well won't me show ho. Na say also say kofa obi aba de wo ka kira aban ni say aban ni say kofa another burden abrel. Then no omu pe eti. And intin say wo 2.5 na opese okofa obaba no mu am say omu ni meshi amaye bia ma omu nyina na omu beje advice I make it clear to them. They emphasize apart from without prejudice to the whole content of Appendix FM relations to child application. The emphasis here and say when a child come to UK, he or she will not be recourse to public fund. As a matter of fact, the 2.5, no, it doesn't give financial limits like what do you buy and how do you also show 18,600. With the child, it doesn't say we show 18,600, but it shows that when you bring the child here, he or she will not be recourse to public fund. And see, most clients or mobile they are aware what Oba no mebusa we income no my calculation me call computer no so my calculation you to make catch us okay one no mommy you know hadada and our mommy and sawa hadada and our baba akwa ha we income in yakeka boma ebia we short of £100 and to koye adwuma kakra to boost that £100 said the way akra no ba bitima ka say akra we nso ba financially or may recourse to public fund. So that is how we do the 2.5 financial calculation. Apart from so 2.5, no, I say a financial analysis. We ni who say wo ojuma wo ya now ye can usika and ukunu and our partner sika boma. Mubet mashro mo mana e wo ha no. Mutimi tua moda aka. Enti abofra fofo ebe ka ho a abofra no so no mubetimi ahwe no. As soon as a bit more proven say when a child comes to UK, he or she will not be recourse to public fund. All things being equal, they will grant the child the leave to enter UK. Internet patch say, "Who needs sika and I will nye juma maybe me find some benefit in kwana woje dia 2.5 no enyema won't me enkofa wo ba emma." But it's a way juma which is
Yo, Lawyer medase minko YouTube na membie phone lines no emfa entum eye owusua ado or say good morning. I have applied under the EU settlement scheme depending on my EU child with indefinite leave to remain. Please, would you like to ask if I should apply for Zambrano or is the same?
Or Ghana now has saying.
I don't know. Or say I have applied under the EU settlement scheme depending on my child with indefinite leave to remain. Now that means wako 5 years, so I apply for indefinite leave to remain. Please, would you like to ask if I should apply for Zambrano or the same? If you are going for your indefinite, I will advise you to stay there.
Yeah.
You don't need to
this
withdraw
client
it.
no go back to my country clients on for office near Musan and Senmuye. Because it appears or indefinite and I will apply for indefinite. So I don't know why you want to apply for cancer under Zambrano. But whatever being the case, let the client call office and they will ask hers or him some specific questions and we can able to help. But the premises of our argument here is that you have to demonstrate that you are the you are primary carer of the child in UK.
Frank Apia was say, can I ask you one question? Yes, please. You can ask me the question that you want to ask. All right. At the moment, me be a phone lines no a day atum. Question be a person busa lawyer Frank a mascot solicitors and then you know motona lawyer Frank a one of the top senior solicitors are or mascot solicitors and then no enkomo any question be a person obu se bia me pacho obetimi afre say efa ene enkomo ne ho say emfa ene enkomo ne ho obetimi afre me pacho wo fra na emmo wudin wo de wo fra ya no wachia na question be a person obusa lawyer bia no na wabusa lawyer na yeko yenim question be a person obusa bia me pacho o fra me modin wo de
Yeah, Obi busa question be say. Yeah, Obi busa question be say. So 2.5 for bit my Zambrano. Yeah, the car say Obi busa question be say 2.5 for bit my Zambrano. Say 2.5 for untimi Zambrano under the new guidance.
Okay. Hello, me pacho wa WhatsApp yenko.
Yeah, hello, Sam Pacho. Good morning.
Good morning, sweetie.
Pacho, we have a call today.
Nyame da so shirayen.
And then I'm being asked. Pacho, somebody a quick question. Make it a 2.5. Now, me percent me renew. And let me be lawyer say. Is it necessarily say? Me say a day me payslip from 2020. Me 2.5 no 2020. Is it necessarily say me payslip all my payslip from 2022?
No.
It's time.
No.
Because I think I've got some of the necessary documents are important, which is my marriage certificate, joint bail, letters from the HRC, and other stuff. But because we said I was in the payslip from 2022 now to process so that idea, minimum couldn't expand after the visa.
Lawyer me pacho chire ni mwe.
And to well apply for what indefinite now.
I 2.5 years who could renew and now could apply for indefinite.
Renew. And I will marriage certificate and among worry.
Or marriage certificate. Also all the documents nina. Document nina or no person busa say. I was so in your bare man pay slip, no only pay slip from 2020 now. Your day in
no, it's 6 months before the application. But say more worry dear. You always need to show that you'll be living together for at least 2 years. So you need documentation.
We are a legal marriage for 8 years. And I'm here 2.5 an hour by about 2020. And I'm renew. I have to renew it, I think, next 2 weeks or so.
Okay.
Me pacho was BBI 6 months. 6 months. You don't need to go and look for the pay slip for 2020. And was so when your pay slip valid for 6 months.
Okay. Thank you very much.
All right, me that's it.
Okay.
Hello, me pacho wa was on the enko.
morning.
Good morning, sweetie.
That's what made us but she said, I'm
Me pacho baby I wo no me ba. Sister baby I want the service ni twetwasi enka be gina baby ya ma me kakra. Aha. Mete. Oh no. Emunya clear.
I can't hear. I can't hear.
Emunya clear. Wo so wa hia be ma person ne ware se mete ya be ma ne kra indefinite leave to remain. And our war ban so a eba ne kra passport. O kra British ana. Hello? Hello? Me pacho ne ho no service ne nye number no me pacho YouTube for ma mo busa number na ye 0044 7502422 0044 7502422 numbers no three numbers ni na at the screen so hello made off me pacho yenko
okay
the media to renew it 2.5 months to January, February, and March. Into you need to say, this year for your application and I am
Meba, was some now can nature chess, who's where she are bear man and a bear warrior, or crying definitely. Okay. Okay, metewasia. Who nin grata? Enti wo ba shia bema wo indefinite leave to remain. And a bema ne wa akra ne wo 10 years. Na akra ne wo maame netie. And our mammy you so akra ne 10 years na dia kwaje wo no maame no maame ne so de ye ne nkrata. Ni tu. Na ye den na wo wagina the same akra ne so de age. Lawyer, me pa tu. Yes, so maame ni gina ne ba ne so eniama ne 10-year route enti wo renew me boa. Enti na kesa akra de say akra no wagye ama wo maame me boa. Enti wo so no akra ne no maame ne tie. E na wo de wo ne papa no ne tie. Enti wo pese wo busa say wo betimi ayusu akra ne de ayebi. Enye sa na tie. Enye se akra no no maame na tie nti wo no e de na wo ye ma akra no wo nware no wo fa ne nkosu. Obesra wa anye wo na wo hwe no meboa senye akra 10 years no nye wo na wo hwe no akra no no awo ne maame lawyer wo kra so wa ha na de
na wo chechiri mu no I also will show say there is a child in relationship. What it means that the child is living with you and your partner. And yes, akra ne ti baby. One ne maame ti, and ne maame ne hwe no. Na waka say ebia me kunu wo ba e wo krom ha. Inti ne ye maame nso me krata. That is not the argument. The argument is that there is a child in the relationship. So ebia papa no e wo ba, but ne ba no enyo on ne wo. Onye ono ne wo abofra ne mem abofra ne mo nete na mo hwa abofra no enti I know there you will succeed unless say there is a different background information here or no, but if it's on this specific question here, then the answer is the child must be in the relationship.
Sister me pa cho what ya say enti wo pa wo ma bra no wo ma na wo ne ukunu ne wo a wo benya akra osre woni wukunu ne wo a oba ni benya wukunu no indefinite kra do benya British passport na wo agina so de agibi enye sad pacho ne ntem sister won't say the lawyer person na say we automatically we your step mother ba wo no akra no wo di ni ko school dear lawyers person mo chire nie lawyer bia wo beko ne ho sister obeka kire wo say wa application e be ye no obeju sika dia trust me ansa na wo hia be ma wo hia wo ba na wo ba ne wo ba be ma ne wo ba ye ka akora wo be ma no ene wo ba no e bia akora ne ye wo stepchild wo ne stepchild no ene tie na stepchild ni ko school a wo de ne ko wo no aduane ma ne wo e bi kura wa wie school ba wo no aduane ma stepchild ni bedi stepchild no e wa appointment a wo e na wo de ne be ko enye stepchild a wo no maame na tie o maame na dware no o maame na de ne ko ba bia eno ne de unti akora no wo hia na bonten a wo ye stepchild ba wo ntimi mfa akora ne enyina so enye nkrata because wonye hwe ma akora ne kora wo maame me ba cho what ya say ba senka wo ne akora ne neti e wo wo ne wukunu ne fie ho akora ne wa appointment o GP a wo na ade ne ko akora ne school meeting bi kora wo na afre no na aye aduane wo fie ma akora ne di eno na wo ye step mother adwuma na akora no ono maame netie na o maame na ye bibia na omu nyina so ma wo won krata pa cho what ya say hello who you okay and I'll boost or question you hello me dof me pa cho wa wo so ne yenko enyewa hello me pa cho wa wo so ne yenko
Hello.
yes darling yenko enyewa na in school good morning
Me pato me dependent of and for 5 years
me pa cho kasa meet you
and my advice is
okay me sorry what you see who you dependent into 5 years
new baby. Yeah, patron, my birth certificate amano. But birth certificate no after that in the same name no. Yamfa be man ni a name same name na you use ye.
How?
Me because I mean I 5 years no. Let me I passport application amana na say we say be man na enye fam.
Wa wo kura 5 years no. Wo beje wo 5 years ni bi na ama no wo nkoje British passport o. Lawyer
I know ana waka.
Ina no.
Be man kwa settlement ni bi no. Ono no on to me end.
Be man kwa settlement be man no father side akra ne birth certificate ni so no. Papa ne sign application no.
Me pata ni bi o so na na sign here.
Me na se wo kasa no wo question ye mie no wo si akra ne surname ye wo din na wo ho.
Surname me dey me din but father side no be man ni din wo ho.
Bear man din wo ho enti bear man di wachi ne wo kokko sign forms
one copy ne kwa na call you but ko de ni din share so
okay lawyer me pacho yi na no
In short no maame no ono 5 years woni indefinite into ono ankasa ne entimi nkremu ese wo so mama abofra ne passport papa no e na obetimi agina no because papa no indefinite no papa no betimi age a passport ama abofra no but a year in the abia and topabo muntem papa no estranged. He doesn't know where the father is and he got the evidence that all the information that shows that papa no ebani abofra na then she can put in application based on the estranged or as a can I say a contested father yenhu and I will British passport ama abofra based on the fact say Obana papa a British citizen but only in contact but not based on the fact that we 2.5.
Mami me pacho what ya say nti lawyer say papa no say wunhu no adane papa no won tokwa de a now we prove say papa no e cry indefinite no ye British a obetimi agina so de age British book ama akra no ba wo no 5 years na ekura ne de untimi nkofa form nkofele enkoje British passport ma akra no obeji utu wo 5 years ni bi na ama no enti no friend lawyer obetimi aboa ebusebusa wonsem bi na ono wakasa why
me pacho yo
hello me dof me pacho wa woso ne yenko Good afternoon. Uh-huh.
Up to now, there are 2 months now, almost ending my essay. Then they send it in home. You're very seven million of situation. With any deal or make a panel of anything, you know, you're sending me you understand the application with the new sources. But in the current way, and you any better certificate. And you know, a man really again assassin. And so, I'm going to say, I'm providing document here and document in our home. You send them home, but still, I am saying the best 2 months.
Okay. Lawyer me pacho yi na no e.
Nti was say ya kan say ne ba no banti
Was say was submit or your application ko fa ne baba. Ba ne ba ne fie no mo frɛ ni. Enti o mo ya application no what ne birth certificate no ni so but o mo ya application o ma fa ni na nka ho. Enti e ma home office da auto ye. Na o mo no aye DNA e de akoto so. But o mo nti home office nka. To be say de na o mo ye.
And it's a matter of waiting because at the moment, Home Office has a lot of backlog cases. And to move the amount until I would say train, and I'll be chasing them up. But apart from that, I said,
or say 1 year nie. Na o lawyer na dey no waka. Say wo fa lawyer. Okay, lawyer me pacho or see wo mo na ye no betimi de abrewa na.
Okay, but on for office now, we'll look into it and then see how best we can help.
Okay, me da say. Me pacho lawyer say frɛ no na efa mo documents ni nyina bra na won hwɛ. Why? Hello, me dof me pacho ye nko wa wo so no.
Pacho uma bra bi the fast one ye obey and I was done to back. No na ka pa ni no one the sana ba. The ba ni ye na hama. The and
Me pacho o baby a wono ase emu twetwese o si de nka ne foforo ma you free me pacho ka ne foforo
and the American say me ma man is the fan wife for Ghana and pa ha o ye awon dem on the pa the 1 year time and the buy you bring a hello
me pacho wo nkomo we ye ni no offline me wie program anu afre me why Mintimi ma onka no ha. Me da say, hello me pacho wa wo so ne yenko wa wo WhatsApp ne yenko.
Hello.
Yes, WhatsApp yenko.
Pacho, good morning.
Good morning, sweetie.
Pacho, the same lawyer said. So my woman, my dear Drona, my head visitor nearby, you know. And I complain is Dana, it's many are going to Munisha. And you know. But asa me hia pa emergency case pa
na asa mu hia se me nkasa me tie wo ana obi ankasa ntie tie wo
me ba cho na also council for mama dan the council for the farm after the me koya council for the mama home office for say because of sanaya asylum no ntino I am more responsibility and say na mo dey akotana hotel bi wo Heathrow. Anyway, so my big room come and be come back. Me the same so me try follow me application. But me kono go say because of some mama be am comfortable for the meantime no me follow me procedure na ta. Say me hu de me.
Okay, wo ba na ukunu na wo ne na wo no okura British passport na wo kura India. Eye wukunu ana wo mpra
memfana nya mena nete o te be me ham na mesmete
okay all right me de wo busam yanka me advice wo say ignore asylum no nenka use akra no passport no fa ye bi We ignore asylum ni na ekwan be na abefa so
new application no secondly me no application no move free
a benefit number my is as na dey akohen minimum we say me bia.
Okay.
So,
lawyer, me pacho you know
we asylum so.
Pacho lawyer me feel.
Yeah, we you who free asylum so withdraw support.
Me pacho or kasantu die.
We you who free asylum so withdraw support no. But I was say watch them.
Umilti wo hono emame.
Okay.
Mute honey mammy na efa me phone no.
Say you who free asylum this one.
Lawyer
support asylum support no. Omube yi every honomo. And you know what you need to do is say also some question say well bit me ahwe. I mean with your circumstances no bit my application for fee waiver for abofra no remember with 2.5. It is all your application for fee waiver. Now with the application to me about with 2.5 bit my ejuma you can move on with your life. I mean asylum I don't know the prospect of success on your asylum claim. It said here so for my kind say the asylum name strong with there. Any you who free mo. Ne put to 2.5 I would say put the 2.5 first. Withdraw the asylum application. Now say 2.5 ne ba no mama with 2.5 now. Wow, compare with Diane High, and I say if you are compared Juma Aye, or whatever that you do to survive. No? I think so that will be your own decision.
Sister me pacho, what you say?
Only be man. I'm the university. Had them up for. Maybe I'm to be a
yeah,
application for.
There be say no lawyer say. Obani two a British passport in a crown no. And no ye powerful. Sing asylum. Asylum no ye denkrata animawa. Ye denkrata animawa. One, untimi nko Ghana. Two, wobetene kromi hese ya e na ade aye de wo pese wodi ye bia. But oba no me pacho tie lawyer say me pacho tie so wo ne be ma ne wo ho oba papa wo betimi aboa lawyer say omo betimi aboa ma ye fee waiver you don't pay for nothing untua home office for untua hwe me pacho what you say untua
so apply for a child benefit and so I'm say akalana wo me no as a family care and you know ono no to me apply
ukunu no ye mistake child benefit untimi nye benefit e ma akora wo nhwe no enti no e wo se either so no wonetie ana wo no na ekita for akora no ye wi a wo ne menkasa I would advise you say maame mentie oye wukunu de by ignore the benefit there be ametna aka
onya na dey say the application fee no so man
application fee lawyer say
obete me ba wana ma ko di pa be na wo ko me ya ba be na application so
lawyer dina mami tie sister ko for phone so tie de make no ukunu ba fa video yi ma no ananka frame na me ni woni ukunu enkasa obu o ho a obeka sister abna de mami tie lawyer say lawyer catch the ukunu say lawyer say wo be boa wo be ya application a untua hwe akọ home office ba wo no de mbetua neka muntua hwe ma enye ho catch the ukunu say wo mo a wo ne ye benefit mami benefit no a limitation that you so okromi ho when you benefit when you easy to move you can do everything that you want benefit no ye de man yenya na wo ma capitalize
Zambrano you from Makassar na Zambrano you mu ye o me di man ke so
mami tie me frɛ lawyer Zambrano obeye ye frɛ bibi fee waiver you don't pay for nothing home office fee lawyer fee na wo betua lawyer Frank me ne beka obeche mutu ama obefiri ba akon na wa betua ba akon obefru home office fee untia hwe because odo ba ne de ne koya e bia Zambrano ne kwa ade na wo bo ne dina ade duro ne kwa ma refuse because you don't know what de duro mimi nim de okogina aso de aduro but e bia se wo kasa wo ye lesbian wow o lesbian wow ye be refuse se wo sere oh, obeka se minim. Was my bisexual. E die duro no mame ye be refuse. Enti ka kire wo kunu ne se hotel no mo de wakotena no. Wonye oma wo firi ho na mame kotena wo kunu ne nchen. Ana wo kunu ni high dime na efa wo ba ne koje nkrata nyame ye wadom. Fi waiver ne kura wo ya ma na beba no na benefit sen di akire. It is a benefit na wo kunu pesa wo tena benefit ni ma tenamu a fee waiver ne beba no benefit wo benya de sense na wo no kunu na matene eye ya pon ye fo bi foforo
makodu amon sama me na ka ajime me ma ka atro mo pe
yes
baby am mind yen kana wo bi ma no
yes mama wa betimi akra mo sese no wanya wo eye friend say lawyer se friend no obeboa fee waiver ne kotuma ye fee waiver application na ansan na wa withdraw mama eye ya pon mama info be foforo because wo de e be kan bia wo ntia se ko ne ko ya pay hello me dofo pa ye nko me ye sorry mama agina so ache what sister amaka to ye wi afre me why because me can ye can be a wo ntia se nipa so gula ni so me pa cho ye nko good afternoon wanya wie kura ankanya de abe ubedi machi kura biom ka akọ maame ye ebra ye nkọ wate
am person me dis lawyer sir e be me no bi wa kan na me person me wa no e to ko mi kitamba mi no mi nkwada ne de enwe na me ka omo at the moment so me ko wari na me ko ka maame na metumi da akwada no at the first children aka ho do omo aba na se mintumi mpano nka ho
okay good lawyer me pacho yi na no eso oye okoware ogana step children obetimi do omo aka ho aba na
yes and it depend on the income into obetimi the step children account. Yeah, obetimi the stepchildren account, but it's all bounce back to the income.
Financial trust food, okay. Me pacho lawyer so obetimi de enkura na ka ho aba. Na ni nyina depend wo sika unya no eyiye no. 80 frɛ no. There be our friend beside the same questions who make any move. Frɛ lawyer ye wie ya. Frɛ lawyer. What? Ejumemu number office number ne da ho no mo fra office number no eno na mo frɛ ono ne mobile number de lawyer de we very busy to ono ne mobile number me pacho wo fra ejumemu number na lawyer na ne be kasa wo fra na obuku appointment se me pese me lawyer Frank kasa anope ya ye programming na lawyer ni home office for meeting enti we very busy enenye yen Ghana lawyer Frank de enye yen hospitals kura no hospitals akese wo kurom ha lawyer no enti enye yen ko ana okita for us enti wo frɛ office number no na wa buku appointment sem person lawyer Frank in frame me 2 o'clock 2 no lawyer Frank be frɛ because nim say wo appointment wo person wo Zoom wo Scotland wo Wales wo hen wo person no ye Zoom meeting wo buku appointment a obe frɛ ono wanya lawyer for na omotetu obi atwam as lawyer na me twam na me fa ha bechia wo no da bi e appointment no de ye adwuma ti me sro for office number no ai bra wo frɛ na wanya na frɛ me ame connect o me office number na me so meeting buku appointment wo frɛ me no wanya wo mo a frɛ me ame connect o why ba frɛ wo mansa hello me nia be ma ye nko legend 1
yeah madra
Nana from Paul where you maintaining ka.
We just Friday no. We do be setana. Akwari ba na fi say me.
There be legend. Obi nsusu wo so a. Ono nsusu the legend o. Obi was so the legend now. Legend now. Why a popular legend was so. Okay, young legend. Oh, legend me pacho wa free so until bet me asamba. Hello, me pacho wa was on the uncle. Hello, pacho wa was on the uncle. Yes, darling, me sorry. Yes, uncle. What did you swatch it? Yes, sweetheart, me pacho uncle. Me das. Me pacho meet you pa legend jina so.
And it's actually I mean 5 years now it would like here soon. For indefinite. It's actually how can me apply. Anyway, me that's it. You're doing nice program.
Me that's
for applying daily for
what's what depend on no mommy and the EU me boy. And 2% who say 5 years this one a day na will be here. Lawyer me pacho yina no.
And I also provided evidence throughout the 5 years no depending on the mommy. So and the mommy a year bank statement from the mommy, the pay slip from the mommy, tenancy agreement.
And ya wo mommy or so mommy no. Undi pay slip from 6 months pay slips. A chesa wo mommy ejuma. Yes. And evidence a chesa say oh mama only you so be at the same address. Only mama in the same address. Oh bank statement be a mama be or how would you see come out or ma be a £50, £20 be a what the better on the amount. Oh mama yes I said and no the compulsory sir but lawyer
I also oh mama send this cafe account accounts to your accounts. Sure so support too.
Sister Mpacho wate. Until next year on June no. We hear only 6 months evidence. In 2 part. Next year June no. My name first year with
the money in the accounts no starting now.
Lawyer say my name starting now. Wow bet me mama mi sika so ye adwuma. Into sika be mama me dey ato amount.
Okay.
What you say, Pacho? Where we? Me da say. Amen. Nana friend Pom, mo kwari hwe Nana friend Pom la. Doctor ba akope. Legend yanko.
Yeah, my brother.
Legend.
Me lawyer me former pastor me dear. Why you the one na Sarah we
Legend. Okay, me pacho careful no sponsorship no ma for muni pay wie. But ye nurses ankasa proper nurses a wo mukra diploma na degree die. Sponsors ne da so na pacho wenye free.
Okay. Na pacho say any why nurse no me fan say why attachment ni be but your man is proper placement.
Okay. Okay, me company na me ya advert ma wo mo no. Omo ne de omo po bi a wa ye adwuma, wa wie school a wa ye adwuma for at least 2 years working experience.
Okay.
2 years working experience. Na wo kra diploma or degree. E was say wo koye exams e friend no IELTS. Na wo nya band 7.0. Yeah.
And now you need the human being why ye but an attachment on the
Matthias here. Matthias here busane say ne nursing no. Busane say ne nursing no okra diploma na degree. So kra diploma na degree a onko ye English test no pass ya. O frame me amede company no details bibia be ma. Ba enye free. Okay. Me dear me can kire wansa. Me das legend 1 bye. Me last caller hello me dof me pacho yenko.
Hello, Father. Good morning.
Good morning, sweetheart. Beautiful Queen Yanko.
Sabang kata me perfect kata sɛ ubisa lawyer ma me sɛ meyɛ awareɛ na awareɛ ma meyɛ na bɛrima no yɛ saman na nipa na odi m'ani ma yɛyɛ awareɛ no wɔkyerɛ sɛ wanka no kora nkyerɛ me bɛrima no ni settlement wɔ kurom ha okita EU passport deɛ baasɛ na oni settlement wɔ ha nti mede kɔɔɛ no ɔmo kyerɛ me sɛ me kunu ni akotena wɔ ha sɛ Titi ano, deɛ na mɛtumi ayɛ. Mengye awareɛ no koraa na mempɛ me bra foforɔ mu anaa menyɛ den.
Okay. Lawyer me pacho yina noe.
So okay, obviously first thing I can say book appointment. They share a decision letter and what is stated in the decision letter. And based on that, no, I can and the questions me busano. If me I can say okay, sir, I deal with M1 and Bebuano. And with this particular situation, I will advise a book appointment. Na yene dinko bob ekakra. Any say M1 they are we dey not we just one say the whole can kyerɛ sɛ nipa unim ba bi kra o nti I would say
Mame letter no amode ba ye a refusal letter no wuni bi.
But me will be media and me walk. Almost like me could no my wale ni a kind of media so me couldn't need settlement to go say.
And a lawyer say, bra, for let book appointment never letter now or mode bra refusal no e bra. Now one share. Be na nipa na or no yeah, well lawyer no your man no be man ni settlement e then or your application it too.
And then I mean, we can also let a match here and or the continue as I last year.
Now, so last year, I no more free you more. Last year, near free you.
I really was on anti.
Ah, so one anti or pim walk rana. I was say year 2020 31st. You too much. I was say year 2020 31st December. And it's on until last year, there still a more farmer because you're free. What I say? And to who say no, say Yamia Wadom now. Oh, ukunu betimi ukunu we jano na woni be ma foforo ewo a what I say kasabebu aha na wagina akra ne so no e de aye all right meda wo bibiara ase ma na mo frɛ WhatsApp ne nyina mo fa nche me say mo ntimi ama me wrem na me kanfo akire bibiara say rate chei ya wada nyame ya adoma woni enhia ne mo mpaye ne eni apaye ne mfra paye ye nware apaye ye mo mpaye eye ya wada eye last Thursday of a month of good news. This month, a month of June, a month of visitation, a month of good news, a month of upliftment. Ya wada eye 31st and ya wada last Thursday of this month. Enti emergency hour, don't miss it at all. A miss emergency hour. Lawyer me pacho was my bichak. Lawyer yemre. Me pese me how bibiri. Lawyer was my
bichak. For them was say when you are quite na mutie ye. The kai the ko ye the uncle ye nyina na yesem some the beche ya ju adwuma so na ye so a o me yemre say the biase dem see kana baby abukobia and there are quite a lot of backlog cases here. Every institution or firm organization are dealing with, but mascot solicitors ya ju adwuma be making sure say ye be ye adwuma de inkunimde abrel ye bibia immigration, litigation, wills and probate, family law, and of course conveyancing to say auto a dying and I would toward dying a bit imagine mama say obi person will see you and our contract be a bit imagine mama immigration so the baby no how the fact me and so wasn't and you know say would near na say oh friend say be serious of my mechanic patch I'm on front office. Now, the name is of my local programs. I'm for frame personal now, but any panel be on him program and will continue framing to pick it. we are already more best 10 after them. And there are quite a lot of challenges here in our working system. But hopefully, office here, even though big because I'm off of and they are now your time will come and for us to attend to you. For patients or entire chiefs. Mascot Soil says we can work to the best of our ability to help our community to get to where a Ghanaian community is supposed to be. Madam Asi, have a blessed week. Bye bye.
Me so me damase nyame nhira mo have a blessed day. Me kan for ediama wo say eye mascot societies me pacho omowem ready mra fremra kan chimra epusumra ebia ene enkoma ye di ye no wo de enka ho ba me pacho contact eye lawyer Frank na one no eni eye ensawoso enye immigration ko an omoye family law asylum litigation immigration nationality wills and probate na omoye surveillance opese woto edan enso so a omoye ede emau na me kanfo ede ama wo se ya wade bia ye mpaibo kese wo the same platform dwumadie ya eso ma mo YouTube no de me pacho empaibo no ya yemfa ma YouTube emra ye wo mu no enye mra wo se wo tenase enra me de papa bi ba eye program yi so ma mo share me enra numre no after ye wie program no akra ketua na no woka ho no oh my gosh enumre no papa ne ose akra ne da akra ne so ntumi na akra ne nyasa enkanta ne bi da akra 15 years medwina akra ne ho se papa ne de wo ye panimu wadi nchine boto but akra eye 15 years akra aye damage edane so onyini nyina onhu o maami onhu o papa enura bibusa papa ne se wo yire ne British passport ewo hen oka kire me se wo police fo ho enipa 4 na ye ku omo no obi ani wa wode ne passport ekọ ye ya fence ye no me ka kire wo se ye wo nyame bia ono de wo na no wontonko ewiase ba bia wo ho wono na ewiase nyina esufre no wo ye de obi enye bida impossible things ene rade wo ye bia wo de wo ho ato wo passport so oh asofo me de empire de wo de wo ho ato aware bi so do ho ato ba so wo do ho ato sika so ofu se abrabom no wawie ukura wo British passport ukura wo ma ukura wukunu wo wo fie enti wawie woni bibi obi ekura British passport otihwiche mu obi ekura ada wo binya ne nkrata ewa abrochire ena nipa ni bubugu ho I know a lady a owu ye hairdresser bi ada ye man ne dan ewo kromi ha ena owu ye enti emfa wo ntode a wo so sore ne empaye wo wiase japade nyinara na se wo yare da wa edien ena abenya o sika nso ntimi ni bi obi wo sika wonama na sebi ade ehye ne ho a wokọ toilet egum obi wo sika pa wo betimi awe preko enso wo diabetes or cancer or blood pressure me paucho me kanfo emergency yawa e de amount empaibo yawa de be ebon paibo ni a wo ye bia me pacho fa ho wrem eye yare ene da wo so woni awrade metentam obi a owo blood pressure one no maduro for 18 years a young gentleman e wo kromi ha United Kingdom ha ne blood pressure ye man ne duro so eso nte ada woni emergency a wanya mpuni mpu eye nsuo obi ani wa wo ma nsuo ensori mfiri wo fie ma ha join us on Abundance campaign outreach every Thursday eye nsuo na ye boss mpaye crash no ene no blood pressure obi ewo eye America maame no hwe me da bia ne ba nso wo so America ne ba ene hwe yen o maame no ewo kidney problem o maame no ewo diabetes through diabetes na doctors notice maame no enye kidney ne ba ne ka kire wo maame se mommy empaibo bia ye bo ewo ya wada akura doctors se akura ni kidney through emergency hour ewurade ama akura ni kidney we eye process any process. Doctors cannot provide kidney. Doctors, omuntimi nye artificial kidney, Emma will be. Lady no, or prafo miso, or waso, me ya advert mano, or waso, or mame. Recorded that ho come Facebook wa, edit that or mame wa America. Or catch no mame say, mommy come, let's pray. Mame ni Facebook, or mu kreti bi mame no. Through emergency yawa, ensio, tena wufie, ne bu nsio. Tena wufie ne ko pipe no obi nye wo kapro obi nye wo sempoa wo de ne se ko fansuo ne emoso mpaye ene maame no blood pressure ekọ diabetes ekọ kidney ekọ maame na no ne ba program ya so doctors ka kire ne se okọ hospital ada wo ko ya ne de ne to diabetes aduro so diabetes ne didi ni moja mu didi ni ho ache ye program na me ye program ge yi frɛ mintume mfa esu prophet Greg ka kire ne se emergency a wanyankopon wo ye de bi nsi da ono na ayaresa nyina akura no ayaresa wura nyankopon ne awrade enti brane mompaye enipa tu a I love them so much obum ye nu nyina no mo diabetes omumie nu nyina instant medication very high ene de ma wo mo prophet Greg ka kire bo mo sese awurade ti ase a obi ani ho a wo ba ba bia prophet wo de etene wo fie yem fensuo mompaye water is life enipa ye body no water eye 90% ewo ye body enti ensuo eye nkwa life lady omoye tu obi atini fio but omoye the heart of me omo diabetes doctors say omo diabetes enya pre-diabetes yo diabetes original diabetes through emergency hour omo ko check doctors say omo nwanwa record is there akura ya nyimo no ebe wonu okromi ha UK doctors ni consultants say akura ni kidney enti akura na wasi yi ni totwene ensuo ejina akura ni tirim obeye handicap why na ka kire wo say ayarese to me eye process there be when you radinyan counter the rare god enyan counter ebinum nya me omosom no ye pagya ni besi ho ye pagya no ne ye de na besi ho ye wi aya pagya no ne ye de ne ko but ye wa awurade bia ye wa awurade bia wono na wokasa ema nompe a eho apopo enumpe eho apopo de ani daso eni baabia no wo ma de ani daso ni ho ani daso ba enumpe eho apopo a egu volume obusa prophet say prophet can these bones live again odifo ne say Jehovah you know it or say speak unto these bones o kasegu numpe ne so ema numpe no enya nkwa talk less about wunipa wo de wo body en wantimi nye de wo pe ema wo me pa wo chew me nimu dia wo kom me edru asore so a me nya daje kasa edru mpaibo so a because ye weapon enyina ne mpaibo me wo beto me ya wada ma bodam obi beka say ye de wo kire ma bodam because you know why ebinumu ya sorry obi pa ne to ase ya da no obi numu moja ya da no obi te ho onumu moja ade tia no aka to se men kobo mpaye o ja wo mo wono waye ne de awie de obeye waye awie obi ka we hye no waye ne de ne ring waye ne de bansiri wo woro ne ho ade da na ase enso obeka kire wodidi asofo atema kire wo ono ne de okotwa dwan e wo baabi wonni baabi biara kọ but ye wo obi a upon de wo mu ye nyina no ono na ye the supreme omunyame omosom no ni din remain where they are by nyanyame ayesom no ukọ Ghana wo bo ni din obeba wokɔ Afghanistan wobɔ di awoba wo de ya aware bia wo bewura mu bia na mabu kwasea wo ye bema wani nyi aware mu aware bia bewura mu bia mabu kwasea wo ye wo ba aware a wo bewura mu bia no bema treat wo ye ohu ofe wa ye wo nufu wa ye wo to wa ye wa no enso so ni nyina mu no it cannot make you ena no pe me kanfo Jehovah El Shaddai wono de wo ye sergeant kese sergeant a wo ye wo face mawa wo ye ogri enso so no queen Emma ene beba be ware wo se wurade na me kanfo ma se ya wadabra this month a month of good news no ewurade aye de brosa this month ya wada ena ye de ba my month of divine good news. You will hear good news before we end this month. Was in fear pem ye medako. Na dako nso ye me fear pem. Ono awurade no was said dako. It doesn't matter. See a few days. Yeah, what 3 days. 3 days in Pony saying. And Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, you were 2 days to end this month. And found was a radi besa sound shebre. And found was a radi besa sound shebre. A ya war. Emergency our baby. A radi de che. Obia gynecologist ese wo ngo me emergency awa metnas na me kan me de wa me ho because ewurade ye adwuma ewurade wo ye adwuma emergency awa muslims ewurade e dia dance ye show ma no eye won countable obia gynecologist eye 2 weeks ago lady ni be dia dance ye we are bossa lady ni testimony mame lady ni say or the video ne buy you can see from on face or say doctors say or baby no who 10% of a mema hormones mu ba wonu ni hormones ne de wo 90% a mema hormones enti wo ngo se wo bewa I just say yamano diabetes only diabetes oh but I just say yamano diabetes aduro what be that ye koto yare foforo de amount ama diabetes aduro no abre mema hormones no ase obi a waware oni ne kunu netie uhu na wo abodwe o we ni hu uhu na like osebema very very beautiful lady na lady enye awo no no de ba emergency awo what the nkrata ne baye obi be ka to say nkrata ye process 2 weeks ago 3 weeks ago ye wa ha and a lady be friend lawyer or friend lawyer no lawyer me papa na de me baye biological father ya ye DNA ya ye everything ba home office is still wo munyini Germany lady be ne testimony e wa ha Germany wo bi a wa wo woni ni kuna wo I was say Germany wo na ba ye German ye ma won krata German aban say ye mfa maw because upese wugina oba ne so jinti ye mfa maw sister ne testimony wa ha enti se wo ka kire me say krata ye processor wa she wo documents nyina ebe ye genuine ba case worker na ekoto nanim no can decide say I will give it to you or not ebe court ye de be ma wo no na wo ma frustrate your life. Enti wo di application ko home office na wo ka kire me say bibia ye pepepe enti ye process enti wo be fold arms na watie nsem hu na nkofo keka wo betena wo ABC di mu na they will go la far na wo de bia wo to na wo bege lady eba ye wo se ne nkrata o de ne nkrata ko home office no bebo ho paye eye this month a month of good news. And was so about program so na prophet catcher and say prophet Greg catcher and say mommy this month you will hear a mind-blowing good news I want experience be that prepare yourself lady ne say me ginu in good faith ampa ono de oba wo ho mpaye okwa hospital a doctors nyina consultant gynecologist obi a wo so 90% bema hormones enti awo ebe ye den wa conceive Mary now wo cottage na ni das wasa. But when the angel Gabriel visited Mary, was see, woman, you are highly favored among women. The same highly favored among women repeat itself. Esther, find a favor before the king. Before the king. Wo minim de help. Minim wa mane, minim wa tete. E bia wo, eniyoma nyeye ma. What try wa brabo mu nneema nkoye. Enu ana me ni me nua be ma bi kasa. Me nua be ma ne se sister abana awo me yere. Ba me ka bibia wo mpaibo mu a oba ne mfa na adwene ma me. Me ni me nua be ma ne kasa be kasa na eye daye ne yeso me kan mysteries. E de kire no sister. Sister abana fe ne me hu se awurade ye atwuma. Be ma wono na aya iga. Awo ma ba be ma na ye iga. Oba ni se no me de mpaibo de hey sorry waka ya wada bra emergency yawa ekromi ha nurse ni o promotion ba ote Kent testimony there. If I want to say, I will say me person me chira will say don't sit on your comfort zone. Sorry ne pie wo wiase bibia nti wo de wo mfa empaibo ho ba sorry ne pie be bompaye ema wo kra bompaye ma wo ma wajapade na wo do ho atoso no bompaye se radem preserve because obi asidan ontimi nem obi asifie okohwe fie na ba ye kuno enti be bompaye protect yourself. Bible say enye ne honam ne moja na nya, we are not fighting against flesh and blood. Medama say yawada anopa send pepe UK time pepe na yaba ma mo YouTube no mesremo mumie emergency Facebook mumie Facebook yawada bia na momra ne mompaye nyame ya adoma ene numre mu behu me life me was surprise kese ene numre 6 o'clock wo se ma ba pepe ene me be chade me be chamade e ma mo de akosama obi ewudi abana skin pen achi bia no ene wo baso a me be chade lockdown me be chade me boa lockdown me be chade be twice during pandemic no. You see this year muno menche ade ene meba be ye mo surprise ebo enumere 6 wo de 6 ni na wunhumi a tete wo ba ya na wa share obi a wo be share ene program no amenipa 50 enipa 50 wo share ko groups wo share ko ba bia me ba be chemade me be ma mo cash me be chemusika mu bedidi wati ase enti enumere mo behu me erade enhira mo nyame yadomo a me invite obi a Eric Brandt. Eric, I'm inviting you on Thursday, this coming Thursday. Me media man wabre or yenensa say time. Victoria media mamenka samfa asore ho ate ye wi a obi kwhye dem okusu one woman be a or sister obana wo pon a na ye me ya wa ware ni kunu te ha wa ware ni kunu eti aburuchire na wo woi enna o ma me bre no eye toma ye de to yase. I love this woman so much. O ma me de toma firi Ghana bre no okura ne nkrata o ware ni kunu okura ne ma nyina ye British. Wadi na busuafo aba aburuchire o woni fie wo Ghana enti wonu de wonim se wa wie de enti amekasa me se emfa woni de wo sori ne bompaye protect it onim se wa wie ye bra ne toma en ode toma ne to na se na wa na nwene se toma no en edi ne bone ode toma ne to na se oni ni kunu daaye onu de na adwe ankoso na ni kunu be ma ewu togo to. I fed the problems upon problems from Nema, from Nukunu. In short, bear man say, men na me do akojina altar. Enye Ghana ni bear mo broni. Men na me do akọ puppet so. Aware no me nware bi o meja. Bear man ni ja wo ba no ekofa wo ba foforo ne bear man no eye adwuma. Then the woman have a dream. Nane maame ka kire ne say, enti sene me ne wo da wo ho towi no. Edi enti na wo hia bear man wo life. Lady ni say oye mpai bofo. Na bibi ka kire ne say tetoma no. Tetoma no. Aware na gu. Angelina, me pacho test me wa me phone so. Why? Aware na gu dadada. A good dadada. So true emergency our God. A good day divine connection. Osoro akasa. Enti bi de drum Bible so me ka once me nyamere ka hoasem because minimu de awurade waye ena minim de woguso a woye minimu de woye ena minim de woguso a woye. Yes. Dixon Ofori upon Dixon ya wada me ma invitation wate Benjamin A Ajekum ya wada join me Philomena Bosi akon ya wada join me Eric mame boatma mame me who emergency our God ache me who was so ache Hana was say Hana ya wada bra me pacho yenko mame testimonies ni bina menko Joe eto say Josephine efia oware efia mo nyina me mama special invitation ya wada last Thursday heaven will kiss the earth oba be bompa yo ehwo ye emergency awa ye megina me ye ara everade nim say bra be bompa ye mo wani mere.
God is good all the time, and all the time God is good. I want to share my testimony to glorify the name of the Lord. On the 21st of May, I joined an emergency hour and we prayed. After prayers, people start to call in, but I didn't have the courage to call. So I was just listening to the people that were calling, and I was just following all that Pastor Greg was saying. So sometimes some of them, he would just tell them to say, my month of divine approval, say it for 6 times, and then they should shout it. I'll be in my room and I'll shout it. And then it came to a woman. He told the woman to fast on that day. So I said, okay, I will also take that step. So I fasted up to 28th of May because I was praying for my husband to get a permanent job. So on the 28th, I break the fast. And on that same 28th, Pastor Greg told us to sow a seed of faith. And then I sowed the seed for myself and for my husband. And still, I sent a message to Pastor Greg, but I wasn't able to call because I still didn't have the strength to call, to have the courage, let me say. So I was just having faith and then praying along with him. And my husband came back home in June, that is the first week in June, and then told me that he was going to do a test for the permanent job, for him to be able to get the permanent job. I still wanted, something was just telling me to call Pastor Greg because I was praying. My husband was good in maybe speaking English, but his reading wasn't good, so I was really scared. But still, I didn't have the courage to call Pastor Greg. But I was just saying, this month is my month of good news, my month of good news. So I was just praying to God, and then I was just following all the instructions that Pastor Greg has been given. So my husband came back and told me that on the 8th, he was going to do that test. I was really scared because I know he was having problem with his reading. So as he went, and then everything started, he called me and told me, oh, what is this? Then I'll say, oh, I don't know what they mean by that. Why don't you ask your manager to show you? And then I was just I was just praying, and I was just telling God, God, this is our month of good news. This is our month of good news. So he then came back home and then told me the wonderful things that God has done on that day. He said on the day of the test, the manager asked him that if he is struggling, he should just call somebody he thinks the person can help him, even if the person was home. So he said, oh, one of the guys that he was working with was home, but the guy can help him. And the manager said, no problem. Since that is the guy's off day, he should just call the guy in to help him. And they were going to pay for the guy's transportation and for how many hours the guy will come there to help him fill the form. They were going to, the company was going to pay the guy for him to just come in and then help him. And that was very wonderful. I like when he told me, I said, wow, emergency hour God. This is the only this one is, it is only emergency hour God that can do this wonderful thing. So the guy came and he was paid to help my husband. And then everything went out well for my husband's good. I want to say thank to Pastor Greg for the help and for helping us to always pray and to trust in God. I am still believing God for my next breakthrough, and I know that so far as God has done it for me this time, he will do it for me, because since my husband has got the permanent job, I know that good things will follow on for me this month. In Jesus' name, amen.
My month of divine approval. May, my month of divine approval. That May, my month of divine approval. Nyame pina di. The nyame ase on pempenso di ma betray. The nyame ase. And the nyame tie me so free. Tie yem pipe bomb. Pipe bomb ya both 2013. Nyame afne nyame tie yen. Afne yemre nso aso. Na the nyame shra pa nyame yo kese. Onyu mfra dum nkwa dum. Nyame mpagya onfa wonkodru ba bi opese odi wodru. Nyame shra wadaachie omra wose wo mene maame ho. Nyame shra pa wofutu ode maame daddy. Nyame shra pa me da wase bebre me da wase. In 2013 I started say me maame started so oye makwanto no ho adwuma. Daddy e firi ho 2013 August. Yaye bia was a different bia. Ye bia so ani. See, age crowd my mamma, a pa na. Yes, as idea. You better not worry, na. Obi, ya pobi amanabe. Inya nipani be ye, and ya cotton. Timo one mamma send them a link, say, ye bumpire or Facebook, and me booby. Yinja the akin in ame. Timpai one me booby. Timpai bon pie ni mana. Pick your number. Pick your number na me friend. Me friend was na the unya da jia mami. It's him me sim. It's the me can be we only me bon pie. And mami ya country, obwa ma ya country bon pie mami. Me mami e from to go 7 days, go can 3 days, go on 5 days. See, you know. No. The name na mona wutu me fo. To me hwe me hu yi na me mabra papa. Na de wutu me fire. Na so wo kase nya me beye de nya gidie wo nya me mu. Bibia be fine. Ti na le mpai bo me ne na wo mpai bo na. Mete wo monka. Me ni age. Nti nya me aye awie. Me bie mu a reason I'm saying the or refusing, and I'm refusing me that day. Reason I'm saying the general say signature me sign, and then me passport and then me certificate and then ya pay. Inti I just say yeah be ya pay because omu nchi this me na me sign ye. After that, to me, I will not to soon see in that thing, no thing. And the fire is a sea, and the fire is a sea. I think another one papa on her. On the me bompire, now we ask me, maybe, Mamma Bemumbu, maybe, and I will to me for. And that, Daddy, 2022 May, my month of approval, Yami approve. Yami wa approve Osura Casa. Osura ye pia mammy. It comes to me no women, mammy. I dear Yabon Pie from 2013 till now, Daddy. Yami be qua mammy. Yami ye pia mammy. May, my month of approval. Yami ye pia mammy. Daddy me da was say, Yami shroud on your say. Oh, shroud pa, when the mommy, Yami shroud papa. When you move out, don't quite do more. He should be a yabuti, be a yaman family, maybe be a young compass or don't go droopy, I won't from go droop. Yami shroud pa, when you mock say. And make us make a sad that jabber boy. Yamia ye be, Yamia ye be. Appeal near choir and judge and what jail to. Dear, to my forgot the psychiatry, and that was actually me. Watch me be, was actually scanny be. Me pa, me say in the way, and then I yet see him in pipe. Because say I made the say. Nandy, May, my month of approval. Emergency hour yame. And how much he did that, made them much I mean, strong be brave.
Nana doye wohoda, oh yeah. Nana doye wohoda, oh yeah. Yehovah, yeah. Oh yeah, nana doye wohoda. Mean to me na wasi. Mean to me na wasi. Wadia waye amami mean to me na wasi. Wadia waye amami mean to me na wasi. Esa se me da wasi. Esa se me da wasi. Daddy nyami shra, mommy nyami shra, emergency hour. Nyami nyami ampa. Last week mbedi adanse. Se papa ka say. Mini adanse a minye ready mbedi adanse epo no so na makwa kobo me nsa me twa me nkrata. Ti daddy kind nkrata na jame twa so mbe send me card abrame na afide ma proceeding to many things. Afide bosom ye chimi ko hwe ya menim see obi have my first month 2 years because you diagnosing me with PCOS. It is name why ding a drama no me. Last week mommy cry kai say sister ye nwie won ho enya san ketwa. It's not me say we dey be che enso nyame adom that din come show shame say me lia dance a me nchene media dance no nyame a oka be mo shegina nyame a oka bia ne ho betimi asesa no nyame ayama me ama ene nyame ama fefro me friend daddy na no kaji daddy say ni say na mrebi wo kai na say na aba na me nkrata mom a che 2 months ni menti o monka daddy say okay onu kunu be fasting so okay daddy yeah fasting ye daddy kai bia ye di say ayo yeah daddy say mo benya dance ye fasting ni afre no abom paye amayin daddy put yourself together nyamba be ya ade won so be ya ade sonko okay enne minya letter me ko share ya case worker na me case one is na send letter say omo approve application no some weeks later be card no they are bring me. You see, I mean qualify because me ba a German passport me qualify. And so nini insane a share in crata and immunity. A can't be gonna come in may be, na can go to me. And so yami or cable mo shade nano. Why ya mammy, me danyami as be brave, papa me da was sick. Na ye from an elmre. And so that time bomb pie my yami shall be brave, near kind yamia yamana broso. O share and comes after fasting the 12 days. Ye be nyansan training and I say be home popoye ampa. Ye fast new year 16th, 15th, no, or cho letter no. And I say typing letter no. Papa, nyami sure ni mommy nyami sure mo pa madaje any oda munyama obia. Ewo emergency hour so. Obia baswa sha she o. The public bia ye oil wine bibia. Yeah, before say grow and I say before say really be enim esu Nyankopon wa faso e de ye ama ye insure nyame afaso ama ye di nkunimu ya tanfaso do bi biara se amen.
Bamwa ebeye Yesu bamwa ebeye Adoni pantumi anyeno Diobo fantumi anya Yesu bamwa ebeye Adoni pantumi anya Eni diobo fantumi anya Yesu bamwa ebeye Missy Yesu bamwa ebeye Yesu bamwa ebeye Adoni pantumi anya Eni diobo fantumi anya Yesu bamwa ebeye. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Amen. And we many aji we radimu. And we many aji. Mi huni amenka. Mensu nyame akame. Nyame akai mi bi. Me de radia se. Papa, Nyankopon onfiri osoro musoro na onhyira sanse wama ho kwan na nyame ede wo ye adwuma sai nyame na wo de wo ye adwuma no papa mesre nyame se oma na ngosra no koso anya kese ewo so oma na adom no koso anya kese ewo so sanse se wama ho kwan a awurade susu ntimi nya na adwuma nyame ama ho kwan ama nyame eyans anwanwadwuma ene nsenkyerene ewo ya brabo mu a na se biasum so a papa Nyankopon onhyira kese one mama abra nyame hyiramu awie makoma so ade mensaka me dawrade ase makoma ahyamma me huni aminka last week Thursday also this month a divine approval papa na approval of my life enti na wie mani agye no enti me huni amenka papa nyame hyiraw empire wo boye say ye mortgage ene ye dan wo de maye ena wie meso me sa kamede Thursday ye wie empire no wo ye communion na wo hyira nsuo so wo hyira oil so me de oil ni nsuo bi gu fom ka say Awurade wo na wo kasa na wo de wakoa eye adwuma abra me de oil ni nsuo gu fom me so divine approval no me so me san kamede me hu me de na me ma me ani mu ehu ne sanchene no Nyankopon so waje waye nwonwadwuma waye nsanchene ye wie Friday ene Friday Thursday we Friday and yes cancel for Sunday me say me measure dan Tuesday 17th na no pay me sorry ya me kono me the oil ni bi egu form and me di bi kan ho say Awurade ma ne ni awurade ma ni hira anim anim kan ɔma ni favor anim anim kan ɔma na adom anim anim kan na onyankopɔn so so ayɛ me koduru ye no anuanom onyame waye bia manabro so nipa 3 year call ye council officer ni wura ma na obo me din say Dora me na me di kan yo na me call ye baby a me hwehwe no ɛhɔ na me nsa so aka that the nyame shraw ebusa me said Dora, do you want it? And I said yes, I want it. And with the people ni ma me say menje na me fa document e ka ho emfamra papa mi hu ni amenye papa nyame shraw why nyame shraw bebre nyame force nyame biosru nhira emfa nhraw ewa eniema pa nyame namomoye me second one so me kun eba ye 1 year I declare kotu mu yen sankan na me na Facebook so a ana me ko hu say daddy ni mama bran e bom pa nam se da bi ene me so me nyina hai na me so me mo mpa ye ni bi na anuanom me bom pa ye no oh nyame hye no hwan mo nyam ye wie mpa ye no me frɛ daddy e ma daddy ka say obam ya kwanhye daddy ni e bom pa ye na mpa ye mu no ye mpa ye no fasting for 1 week after daddy ni 2 weeks ni 1 week no ni 2 days ena nyame ema ne nsaso ena me lawyer friend me say me kru krata no aba papa me hu ni amenka me hu ni amense me hu ni amenye ena wie ma dewrade ase makoma shamma me hu ni amenka dade nyame ma ne ngosra no koso anya kese wo so nyame ma na adom no koso anya kese wo so ewo ni awo ye wo ne mama bra mama nyame show nyame ma na adom no koso anya kese wo so nso nie nyame edemo ye no ebro adwene ntiase so onyame nhira mo bebre na minim se de den ni muso amehwe ani muso mi se nyame so wa ye wie dada aseda ena me de ma mo nyame nhira mo ewo Yesu din amen.